I do want to say one thing, and I am interested to know, or just interested to know from the rest of the group here. As far as our pod goes,
There we go.
the things that we cover, what makes it pretty interesting is that it's not pigeonholed into anything. So, like, a lot of this game comes down to finding your niche and being a niche market type of deal because there's so many pods. Where ours is a sporadic flow that works. So I was just seeing from the rest of the group, like how do y'all see the what genre the podcast goes into? Because I think we all come from. The cool thing is that we're all partners, but like we come from different types of, or we just cover different types of backgrounds and come together, and then we could talk on a lot of those topics too. So, yeah, because we would say like we'll start doing some sports, and me and Mani have like an extensive like sports background, but we're not a sports pod.
Definitely not a sports pod.
Mani's a musician.
But we're definitely not a
But
music
not a
podcast.
music podcast.
And somebody tried to actually say that to me last week, like that we were a music pod, and I was like, "Fam, you must not listen to the pod then."
Bro, I can't tell you last time we talked about
It's
new
like,
music.
Like
but-
we'll have our moments when we like really geek out something collectively, but we don't do that. We don't spend a lot of time on music, do we?
Nah, we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Lex is out here filming like crazy, filming the world, Craig.
And we're all film buffs. You two take it to a whole nother level, and then you take it to a whole nother level making them. But we're definitely not well, in fairness, if we had to identify as one thing, I would probably go with film before I went with music or sports. But we're not that either.
Yeah.
And then we definitely don't fuck with politics. So...
Though people think we're black Republicans.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, so like it's I don't know. It's just an interesting thing to think about because I think it's a cool space to be in. I think it's a cool space to be able to cover such a wide range of things and not being specific to anything. So the episodes can drastically change mid episode, or we can not even touch a topic in a specific episode. Yeah. But yeah, that's probably like more of an off the mic thing. But
I think that's a good
thing to talk
about on air. And then this will be, again, the feedback circle. It's like, who better than the people who tap in with us week to week to help, offer some context to that and like dial that in, because it's something that we need to figure out, not for nothing other than just really understanding our demo and how to grow the people that are already tapped in, not to forget or move past anything. It's like, but to grow and to dial in and again, just tighten the screws, I think, personally. So to that, G, I can honestly say that I don't know. The feeling of not knowing is really uncomfortable because the learning lately in class is like figuring out what it is that you do and why. And if the why is rooted from a place of ego, then you probably need to fix it, correct it, and go study the market more. But if we get to the why and it's from a place of service, then the only reason to tighten the screws is to get better at said service. So yeah, do you got any ideas about that? I genuinely don't know. That's all.
Nah, I genuinely don't know either. But the one thing that I do like is that we'll talk about something that the rest of the world is not talking about. Like Elle says all the time, there's certain topics that we know every single pod is going to touch on. And we'll not even touch on that topic at all. Like,
not on purpose either.
It's just that we done spun off into a deeper conversation that leads to
something that's caught our eyes this week.
Yeah.
That was one thing, and then this is probably another thing for like off the mic, but it's good. It's good to have these type of therapy moments on the mic too. I know my role in this podcast. Like, yes, I provide like a good amount of perspective, but I know I do not help this pod when it comes to the amount of marketing that needs to go into this thing. Because I am a nigga. If there's a nigga that want to be as far away from the public as possible. It is this person, but that's not so much helpful in this line of things. So I just want to kind of.
Is that something you think about?
Huh?
Is that something you think about?
Just recently, just because of like the constant me constantly paying attention to. I pay attention to a lot more pods now than I did prior, and that's just because I'm so big on like finance and like I'm paying attention to pods that has like zero to do with mainstream stuff. Exactly. But that's where I got the whole thing of the niche deal, and then also just the amount of marketing, individual marketing that goes into this whole thing or whatever. So that's kind of like the things that were like really in my face, paying attention a good amount. But unfortunately, it doesn't like make me move more. But it's something that I understand and like something that
I think you
might come across later on.
I've seen a like you did the conversations with nations that like I'm excited for that episode to drop. And I would like to think it's because of your role on the show, and I completely disagree. Outside of like the physical marketing, again, media, the internet is not mass media. So, what the fuck is an Instagram repost of you going to do really in the grand scheme of things? It might help, but you don't be online like that anyway. Yeah. And it also isn't mass media, but there are people who fuck with you for other things that have tapped in with the show just like literally because it's you. Like there are people that I know that have hit me to like, nigga, how did you get LG on fucking microphone, let alone a camera? And they're fascinated by just that. And then they're like, yo, his perspective is so unique. And it validates me because I always thought that was like, this nigga's twisted. Like, it's like, somebody need to hear this because who thinks like this? And, so when they tap in like that, I'm like, damn, so that's a very valuable dynamic to the show, if you're asking me. Fuck, there was something else.
Yeah, and I figured that would go like, that was my thing from the beginning, was just like, I think that would go a further way, a longer way. Just having the product be great. Great. You know what I mean? Like, and then seeing like where it goes from there. Yeah. If there's anything that's even there, Man. And you don't know these things going in. Man. You just do it and you enjoy it. And then like it starts to turn into its own thing, and then kind of build it from there. So it's more grassroots than anything. Yeah. But that was just something I just wanted to, kind of over a bit, just because I figure the way that this thing is going to work out with us is that when it catches on, it's going to be like wildfire. But in the meantime, consistency is going to get us through everything. Like all the rest of this other shit is going to play its way out by us continuing to be the voices that we have been, you know what I mean? And being in different rooms and communicating with a bunch of different people and not swaying when it comes to that, then I think that that's going to go a longer way than just like fast tracking something, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, absolutely. A commitment to the long game. One thing I am really, really proud of is the conversations in and around transformation being documented, right? So, shit, some of the views or comments that shit made a year ago, I'm not even certain how much of that is still in play. Like if we went back and revisited, be like, nigga, I said that. I do not feel like that no more. But
yeah, y'all didn't caught my whole transition. As far as the tail end of transition, but y'all caught a good amount of it. So I'm wondering if folks can hear the difference in just my voice and just how I speak or whatever.
I feel like they can a little bit. I do. I really feel like they can. And that in itself is really, really rich to me personally. And what also is extremely rich is Lex coming back and it solely being a listener's idea. Like it's like, yo, fam, it's special. I told her this week. I was like, yo, that Lex, the addition of Lex, the evolution of Lex, and the dynamic he's brought into the show is totally Special's idea. She's like, yo, fam, it would be nice if I could hear what Lex is saying. Like, oh, duh. Because it was like a few weeks in a row where it's like, yo, Lex, what you think? This nigga didn't have a microphone. He was like, yeah, fam, be nice. I think it was Special and Morgan said that.
Shout out to Special and Morgan.
Yeah, and then you getting on there and being such an essential piece, and like you never know what's what and what's missing until it's there. And he like, bro, why did this upscale so much so quickly? Why is this so dynamic immediately? And to L's point, I believe that too. And with the amount of content and the hours of it, y'all see it. Like, it ain't no hiding it. Like, some of the video, some of the long form episodes got 5 views on them, 7 views, and you're like, yo, y'all, are you, or Mani, are you embarrassed by that? And like, yeah, at one point I was. And then one of my mentors called me and was like, yo, thanks for putting it on YouTube, man. And so I know him specifically as one of those views every week. And he goes, nah, this shit helps me. I'm like, wait, what? One of my OGs? Somebody that gave me the game, you like, that one person is 1 million views to me. And it sounds hunky-dory and whimsical, and it's like, nah, fam, like, that's it. Because if he getting something, it's a bunch of real niggas like that exist in the world that we know for a fact are real.